everyone, it's Joyce, and today I am back with a cartilage piercing 101 slash FAQ video, and this is different from anything else that I've ever done on my channel, but I find that it's going to be helpful to some of you that want cartilage piercings or are kind of just curious about the whole process. And I have 2 cartilage piercings, so I have a little bit of experience to talk about it. And before I start, I do want to say that I'm not a professional by any means. I'm a 15-year-old sophomore in high school, so this isn't like the best responses or like the #1, like this is what you have to do, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is just what worked best for me, and kind of, you know, if you want to do it the same way I did it, or if you want to do it a whole different method for aftercare and all sorts of stuff, then go ahead and do so. But if you have a cartilage piercing and you have like a different experience of how it went, please leave those comments in the comment section below so that people watching this video can just see that and get all that knowledge as well. So yeah, so I have 2 cartilage piercings, and you guys won't be able to see them, so I will insert a picture. But I have one up top, and they are on my right ear, and I got them, the first one done in October of my freshman year of high school, and then my second one I got done about a week ago, so that's my sophomore year of high school. And first question, left or right ear? That is basically personal preference, and I got my right ear done only because I had skin tags that I was born with on my left ear, which I just actually got plastic surgery to get removed. I had 2 little skin tags, and it was really, really embarrassing, and I was really embarrassed by this ear for a large portion of my life, so I got those removed, and when I still had them, I got my right ear pierced. So personal preference, and I don't think it really matters. The second most popular question probably is, did it hurt? And no, it did not hurt. I am kind of sensitive to pain, but I would say from a scale of 1 to 10, it was definitely like a 3. It wasn't that painful, and if you really, really want to get a cartilage piercing, like I begged for one. I wanted it so badly that I think it was well worth the pain, especially since the recovery process is pretty easy and there isn't a lot of like maintenance that has to go with the cartilage piercing, so I think that it is worth like a 1 second, 2 second momentary pain. How do you clean it? So I got my first piercing done with a gun, and the second time I got done with a needle, and the person who did it with the gun, who was at Claire's, said to just use the Claire antiseptic. So this is their ear care antiseptic. Did I just pronounce that really weird? Antiseptic. And if you've ever gotten your ears pierced at Claire's, I have 3 times now because I have 2 lobe piercings and then my cartilage. You know that this is the same bottle that they give you every single time, and they've had this bottle since I was like 6 or 7, so I think that's really cute and funny, and this worked really well the first time I got my ears pierced, and it's fine, it works, and I think it cleans it. I didn't have any problems with it. The second time I got my ears pierced, or my cartilage pierced, was last week, and that piercer who did it with a needle just basically said to use salt water and that would do it, but he said to make sure it was sea salt. I do have one recommendation though, and that is not to use hydrogen peroxide when cleaning your ears, just because I feel like that really dries out the ear, and both piercers told me not to use it. So that is definitely something that I feel like is a unanimous like decision or a unanimous like thing that I hear a lot of people say when it comes to piercings in general. So next question is needle versus gun. Since I did tell you guys the first time I got my cartilage pierced was at Claire's, and they did it with a gun, it was simple, quick, and easy, and I had no problems with it. I know a lot of people say not to do it with the gun because your cartilage is more likely to rupture and they experience a lot of problems. Personally, that didn't happen with me, but if you guys want to research all of that on your own, then you can go ahead and do so, but I'm not going to really complain about like how a gun is bad just because I don't have any problems with it. The second time I got it done with the needle, and I was basically walking on Venice Beach with my friend Ruby. I didn't even ask my mom, which you guys should definitely ask your parents, but I was walking on Venice Beach about a week ago with my friend Ruby, and we both just decided, hey, want to get a cartilage piercing? We're like, yeah, sure. So we walked in, and it literally took like 5 minutes, and we were done, and it was fine. So yeah, the needle didn't hurt at all either, but I do hear a lot that a needle is a lot cleaner, safer, and overall the healing process just is quickened and stuff like that. But honestly, I feel like as long as it's sanitary and sterile, both methods worked fine for me, and I haven't had any problems so far. Can you change your earring and how long does it take to heal is the next question. So it takes about 12 weeks to heal. My second cartilage piercing hasn't healed yet, but I haven't had one problem with it yet, so that's great. And it doesn't really bleed that much. My first piercing, I don't remember any bleeding, but my second piercing, I got a hoop and it bleeds a little bit, but it's not that bad. So it takes around 12 weeks to heal, at least that's how it went with my first one, and I wouldn't change my earring for about 3 months just to be on the safe side, because if you take it out too early, it'll be difficult to put another earring in. So I recommend just being on the safe side, waiting around 3 months. The next question is, how do you convince your parents to let you get a cartilage piercing? Now, my parents are pretty easygoing, like they'll let me do a lot of stuff as long as I'm being safe and, you know, I'm rationally thinking. So as far as my cartilage piercing goes, they were pretty like alright with it. So my dad basically said, do it, I don't care, like it's your body, you're free to do whatever you want. My mom was a little bit more skeptical. She didn't stop me from getting one done, and she signed the papers to get my first one done, which because I got it done at Claire's, so it was really like I don't know, documented. They had to get signatures and all that information, phone numbers and blah 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 blah. My second piercing, since I got it done at a tattoo parlor on Venice Beach, they didn't ask any questions and it was just super simple and easy. So my mom basically signed the papers, but she didn't want me to get one, but in the end she let me go away with it because she couldn't really stop me because I wanted it that badly. So to convince your parents, I would just say, you know, tell them the reasons why you want to get it, and if you, I feel like it's difficult because you're just like, hey, it's cute, Mom, I want to get it, but I would definitely stress the argument that it's your own body and you should be able to do whatever you want with your body, if that makes sense, and it's safe, it's not going to kill you, and it's not going to harm anybody. So if I was a parent, I would let my child get one. So the next question is, how much does it cost? And at Claire's, I feel like it was $35, and the jewelry was, so basically they say that the piercing is free if you buy jewelry, and I think the jewelry was like $35, but don't quote me on that. And then also like the purchase of like one of these kits, and I paid for that completely on my own. That's another thing. My mom didn't want me to get one, so she did not want me to get one. She just wasn't super happy with the idea of me getting one, I guess. So she basically said, you can get one, but I'm not going to pay for it. You have to pay for it on your own. So paid for it by myself, and here it is. And then my second piercing, obviously I just went in and paid for it for myself too, and that one was $20, and I negotiated with the guy. I was like, I don't want to pay $25 for it, can I just pay $20? And since me and my friend were both getting it done, he's like, yeah, sure, it's fine. So it really depends and varies from place to place, so you definitely should do your research, and it's not very expensive and it's going to be there for the rest of your life. So I feel like $20 is an acceptable price to pay for, you know, a piercing that you'll have forever. So I think that's it with the questions. I feel like there should be more, but if you guys come up with any others that I personally feel that I can answer to the best of my ability, then go ahead and leave those comments in the comment section below. But I think that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Oh, one funny thing I want to share before I end this video is that since I got my second piercing without asking my parents, you guys are probably wondering, like, were they mad? No, they weren't mad, and I'll actually, if I can pull it up, show you guys the text that I have with my mom. So funny. I basically sent her a picture, and I'll insert a picture of my piercings so that you guys can see them. I basically sent her a picture of my piercing, and I commented saying, cute piercing, exclamation point, and she goes, oh boy, and I'm like it? And she goes, nice, you like it? And I'm like, yeah, I just got it. And then she asked me when I was coming home for dinner. So she wasn't mad or upset at all, and she was just like, yeah, whatever, like, I've kind of accepted the fact that you do what you want, and I'm kind of like, I'm very strong-willed and determined, and you can't really stop me most of the time. So she was just like, I've accepted that my daughter's a little bit crazy. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll go ahead and talk to you guys later. Bye!